really don't know lah whether it's a bullish case for Luna 2.0 or not. There's really too little information on that lah, I feel.
Yeah, so let's move on from Luna because it's very depressing.
Yeah.
Cryptocurrency exchange.
Hey guys, welcome back to the Chain Debrief podcast, the podcast about all things cryptocurrencies. I know we've taken a bit of a hiatus recently, and that's because we went out to touch the grass as a degens. We got to take our eyes off the screens after once in a while.
So we need to stop looking at our portfolios. Everything down bad.
It's all red, so we had to look at something green.
See something green, exactly. Speaking of red, our Bitcoin, for the first time ever, has been in the red for 9 weeks straight.
Wow, it's crazy. Like, when will we bottom out?
Were you guys even in Bitcoin?
Yeah.
Large portion or
about,
a bit?
Well, I mean, at one point, I guess, like maybe as of 2 months ago, I would say it was about 30% of my portfolio.
Oh, so that means now you're down lah, down bad or still in the green?
I'm just slightly under break even because I
okay lah.
Yeah.
Okay lah, not so bad lah, not so bad. I heard of a few people, like a few of my friends, they got in at the top, like 60k. Wow, then now pains Now just hold, no choice, just hold.
Were you one of them that asked your friends to buy? Hey, no, it's time to get in.
I never asked my friends to buy Bitcoin.
Yeah, same.
But sadly, I asked some of my friends to buy Luna.
Ouch.
It's okay. What else has happened this week in the world of crypto?
Goblin Town. You guys know of Goblin Town?
Yeah.
So if you guys don't know, Goblin Town was it's an NFT project which recently we went viral lah, basically. So it's an NFT project. If you go to their website, there's basically nothing. There's no team. They never docs the team. No Discord, no roadmap. It's just a page and then a link to the OpenSea link. And then they have an active Twitter account. They run a few spaces. But in the spaces, right, they don't talk about anything. They just do all the goblin noises. The ooga booga, price go up, mint now. What do you guys think of that?
Wait, so apparently it's a free mint, is it?
Yeah. So it's a free mint, and then all-time high, it went to 2 ETH.
Oh my god.
Yeah. How? What do you guys think of it?
You know the spaces, right?
Yeah.
You know how long did it go for?
Few hours.
8 hours at least.
8 hours talking gibberish.
8 hours just gibberish. Then I was like seeing a lot of like Twitter influencers typing, send it all to zero. What is this?
God.
Why am I seeing? You know, like why? What is this then?
But I think it's really this kind of like lightning in the bottle moment, right? Like it's like whether you can capture the timing correctly, whether it's in a moment of like culture or whatever. Like you take for example, like what's the guy that took a photo of himself every day? Gozali also. Like if anyone else did it like maybe 2 weeks later or 1 month later, it couldn't have gotten the same success that it's gotten. There's so many other projects out there that is trying to do the same thing, maybe tried to do the same thing also, but no one really paid attention to. So it's really like just these moments of fluke where like people go, oh my god, this is so funny, I'm going to tell all my friends about it, and then the community grows like organically from there, and then eventually it's going to end up being zero because everyone realizes how stupid it is. But then it's like fun, you know?
Yeah.
Correct. It's like fun again.
Too bad we can't short NFTs. Sian. If you can short NFTs, we short all these to zero.
Nice.
Okay.
Speaking of crashes, have you seen the latest crash on GMT?
Oh, okay, yeah. So I think from the time of filming, right, I think yesterday only this news came out. So StepN or Steppen is I think Solana project. So what it does basically, you buy virtual shoes, then you run with your phone in real life, then you can actually collect their coins. Then the coins are actually worth something lah. But then yesterday there was news that came out in which I think players in China, they basically were not able to use the app anymore because I think the Chinese government doesn't want like apps to track their users' location or something lah. Something
Only the government can do that.
Yeah, something along those lines lah. Don't quote me lah. But then so that basically caused the price of both their tokens, I think, or not sure. I think both lah. GST and GMT to crash. So were you guys in Steppen?
Nope.
No, I wanted to start. Then I remember I told you that I wanted to try to buy a shoe and stuff. But it's like 1K for one pair of virtual shoes that you'll never get.
Yeah.
You know, I remember like wow, but it was really run to earn.
Yeah,
which is not bad on people.
It's
like
not
you
bad.
Think about it, it's actually quite clever.
Yeah, and then they had like news of them, like rumors of them collaborating with like Adidas and stuff like that.
Right.
But it didn't happen.
Sadly this happened. I think one of our colleagues also he actually invested in it. Then I think he made quite a few bucks lah. Like, I think all time high the price when the price was at its all time high, he actually ran and earned up to like 4 figures. But I think now GGD lah.
Is that in a month or
1 month?
Oh,
yeah,
1
he
month.
mentioned 1 month. Every day running. I think he ran a total of like 10 km. Not 10 km, 100 km.
Wow.
Yeah,
100
in that 1 month. So 4 figures.
I mean, he made 4 figures, but he gained so much more in health.
Correct. Yeah. But I think he never sell lah, so he only gained in health lah. Sorry, Joel. Our hearts and condolences to you, Joel.
Joel Zhao.
Joel Zhao.
He Zhao already.
Zhao already.
Actually, just recently, I just started seeing a lot of like random friends that are not into crypto. They also show how much they earn from like running.
Oh yeah.
They post story.
Yeah. So for this, right, I think a few days before the crash, also there were very, very big influencers on Twitter. Like I think mainly American influencers. They started shilling StepN also. Then I guess that was basically like kind of like a top signal also
it's a
lah.
top signal.
Fair enough.
So I mean,
signal.
along with this news of it getting banned, right, it just caused everything to crash.
But just because it's banned in China doesn't mean it's the end, though. Like there are other things that are banned in China that are doing well.
But the thing is, the way that the team carries out stuff, not financial advice, is just my opinion. But so there was this point in time, right? It really looked very sus to me in the sense that this is very like the developers of this project, right? They just decided to use the money that they raised to burn and also buy back the coin instead of like developing the project even more.
Oh, so they try to pump their own backs.
Correct. It's like sorry to say, it's a Ponzi lah. I feel like I have a lot of friends that feel that it's a Ponzi also because like where does the money come from? Where does the capital come from?
Yeah.
You know, like you're just running and then how does that generate income for them lah? Then so I didn't get into it lah.
Of course, we can talk about all these other things, but I think the main thing that happened this week for many of us, especially those who are watching, is Luna 2.0.
Yeah.
The snapshot was taken. The airdrop is imminent. What do you guys think about Luna?
My Luna experience, the crash was really, really very, very stressful. Even though I wasn't like all in Luna, right? I was seeing all my Twitter timeline, right? Having all this like trauma, right, was really, really bad.
Yeah.
Like I was affected mentally. I couldn't sleep. That time I had COVID. So I couldn't sleep because of my sore throat. And after that, I was just constantly refreshing Twitter, looking at people complaining and looking at the crash. The number was, the line was going down, like straight down.
Yeah, free
It was
fall.
a cliff. Yeah. Then I didn't sell UST at 98 cents. I didn't sell at 80 cents. I sold at 40 cents.
At least you got out lah. You
Very,
didn't
very
back hold till
painful.
zero.
Yeah, but I had some stake UST, so like that UST is worthless now. You know, because when it was unstaked, right, it's worth like 8 cents per UST.
You didn't borrow, right? You didn't leverage, right?
I didn't.
Okay, good lah.
Yeah, but it was still very painful. Yeah, but I know a lot of people lost money and a lot of people like really gave up on crypto after that.
So how are you guys still holding Luna?
I am still holding Luna, but what I didn't realize was that I don't know why, because the whole time I've been using CoinMarketCap, right? So I just included all my trades in there, and then I never really like bothered like where all my Luna was, and then I realized actually a lot of my Luna were all in exchanges. Even though I've been like actively promoting hard wallets and all of this.
Yeah.
Right? That was my core wallet is where my my BTC and my Ethereum are in, but my Luna is scattered all over the place. And so I'm like slowly trying to track back where everything is. I haven't accounted for everything yet.
Shit.
So yeah, it's a bit messy.
No, but then it's good in a way that, let's just say if you were during the crash, right? If your Luna was in like all of the exchanges, right? You'll be quite safe, what? But you didn't sell, right?
I didn't sell.
Yeah,
That's the issue.
Yeah.
I think two main things that I didn't quite talk about in the previous episode was, it wasn't so much me recommending people to buy Luna, but it was me telling, like, when people say, hey, like, what is a relatively like safe-ish way, I mean like lower risk compared to the whole of crypto way to like kind of make my money work for me. And I think the number one thing that I recommended to a lot of people was put in Anchor Protocol.
Anchor, yeah.
Buy USD, just put in Anchor Protocol, you get 20%. And then even when the changes happen, I was like, they're gonna tell you before they change the percentage.
Yeah.
You know, and then everyone's USD all rabak. And then the other thing also is that I think while I have a decent amount of Luna, what's not accounted for is the amount of Luna that is kind of like the value of the Luna that is kind of in the NFTs that I bought. On
Oh,
the Terra.
yes.
Oh yes,
Right?
I remember there's a
Correct.
phase you were aping into a lot of Luna NFT.
Exactly. So like,
Wow.
there's all these like our Galactic Punks, for example, like the Lunar Bulls that I
Yep.
have, and all of this. Like that's essentially worth like
Worthless, eh?
nothing, right?
No, wait. I was kind of surprised also because I actually went back and looked like at the marketplace because I was like, shit lah, I don't want to look at the marketplace. Like, I know it's gonna be shit. But you know how much is the Galactic Punk that we bought at 5? Oh no, I minted it
You
lah.
got
but-
whitelist.
Yeah, but that time right, the market price before the crash was like 50 Luna, right?
Yeah,
You know how much is it now? Your guess.
20 million, 20,000, 200,000.
2.7 million.
Huh?
Oh,
Yeah.
So in dollar value,
So-
it's still same lah.
So technically,
Still
right,
high
the
lah.
value I think I calculated that day is around $300.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, okay
So
lah.
it's not zero
Not
actually.
zero
So you
lah.
still can sell.
Okay lah.
Yeah, I mean, cut your loss lah. I remember paying a lot of money for my GP.
I paid. I
in
paid
secondary.
a few K.
Yeah, I think I paid about $2,000 for mine.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Wow, pains, yeah. Then last time also I remember we aped into a lot of Luna NFTs. What
Space Doodles.
Space Doodles. Oh,
Oh my god, we bought so many of those. Even though they said outright there is zero utility.
Yeah.
Correct.
We paid 10 USD per doodle. I bought like 6.
I bought 10.
Nice.
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 After that we bought what bots are like those robot.
Terabot.
Terra
Oh, those were
bots.
actually really nice though.
Yeah.
Those are art that I am willing to like keep. So like you know you can create your own like virtual museum.
Yeah.
I can't remember what website does it. But most of the NFT like collectors all use that same platform.
Correct. I forgot
Yeah,
what's
you
it called also
What?
already. It's like your own
Gallery.
Web3 gallery.
Yeah.
It's like your own museum.
So you can walk and all you need to do is either upload your IPFS like file or you
Yeah.
just sync with like your wallet, right? And then all your NFTs will just appear and then you
Yeah.
can like, so my Luna NFTs are all front and center.
Wow, so now once in a while you go inside, you see, then you just shed a tear lah, cause all no value already.
So one way to think about it is like, oh, all no value already. But the second way to think about it is that these are actually quite priceless.
Priceless, correct, priceless.
Right? Instead of valueless, right? It's actually
True.
priceless.
Bro, I think you're coping,
Yeah, this is a good coping
coping
mechanism. Of course, Luna holders will be aware of Luna 2.0 with the Luna that you know and love, I guess, becoming Luna Classic. How are you guys reacting to the airdrop, the snapshots, things like that? Do you guys make any changes? Are you guys looking forward to it, not looking forward to it?
Honestly, I never really paid much attention to Luna 2.0.
It's dead to you already.
For me, it's dead already lah. Like, I've exited most of my Terra positions. Only things I'm holding now are still my NFTs. Then I don't know. I really feel like faith in like the Indocon has really just faltered lah. So, and even if they release a new coin, I really feel since it's gonna be airdropped to everyone, right? People will just try to exit all their positions and just get as much money out of it as they can. No? So for me, not really optimistic lah. That's why I never really follow lah.
What about you then?
I mean, I've been just following whatever appears on like Twitter. So there's this guy called like Fatman
Fatman Terra.
Fatman Terra, and so like I feel like I don't know how, but he's managed to really gain a lot of credibility for like calling out some people, also having some incredible sources. But he's kind of the one that I've been using to kind of stay up to date with what's going on. And then of course like the main like Terra Twitter accounts to kind of say, okay, this is what the distribution is gonna be like. What do you need to do? How do you become eligible? So at first I was like, okay, you know what? Fine. It's not going to make back all my losses, but maybe it's going to make back something if like the new Luna is around like maybe $5. I think that's around the price that a few Twitter experts are saying might be the price that it's going to end up at.
Correct.
To me, okay, I think that's fine. Then I realized again that some of my Luna was in exchanges. Not all exchanges support the airdrop. One in particular, I won't name who. What I didn't realize was that, again, because like all things notification that to Luna, I was just ignoring, right? But one important notification that I completely missed was that they said that they were going to liquidate your Luna if you don't transfer it out. And that's where I had quite a lot of Luna. Actually, I had a lot of Luna in that. And so I didn't transfer it out. It all got liquidated into SGD, which is worth like $0 lah, to be honest.
Oh my god.
And
Wait,
so
does that exchange start with an F?
it doesn't start with an F.
Oh,
okay.
Okay, never mind.
Don't name lah, don't name.
Yeah, we won't name any.
name
I mean,
any.
we're friendly with all of them.
But my USD is still in the exchange. I have some the ones that is left from the staking, right? It's still in USD, but it's USDC.
Classic.
Classic,
Yeah,
yeah,
USD
yeah,
Classic. Yeah.
Got any use or not for the classic tokens?
So I mean, as of the time of filming, when I was looking at it again, like Luna at some point of time was like 0.000001.
Okay, that means no use.
Right? no, like this is before that the like Terra like Luna Classic like came about, right?
Yep.
And then when they started doing like the name change and everything before the airdrop, after the snapshot, the Luna price actually went up to like around 0.0004, I think, which is like 3 zeros compared to 5 zeros.
100x.
So
Imagine
yeah, if you
Yeah.
actually bought it like 2 days ago or 3 days ago,
Damn.
you would have actually maybe 100x if people were willing to buy
if you
it.
18 your whole net worth, you only work already. Yeah, kidding lah. It's also degen.
It depends what your net worth is.
Ah,
lah.
true
If
also,
your
true.
net worth is $1, then probably
True
not
lah,
lah.
true lah, true. That's true. I think
You
mine less.
know during the crash, like when it was 0.000 something, right? One of the exchanges actually removed the perpetuals for it.
Perps.
That means
so
you cannot leverage lah basically. But then the Luna value was so low that people could buy like millions of it.
Or they buy
So
spot,
so
then they
it's
degen
no
there.
different from like going like leverage.
Yeah.
You know, it's crazy. Like I know of people that put in like $50 and it became like 2k.
Wow.
Yeah, like it's crazy. That time lah, but now like it's flatlining already lah.
No lah, don't degen into all this lah.
Yeah, definitely.
High chance you'll lose money lah. Don't lah, guys.
I mean, but I think at the end of the day, like whether you were burned by Luna and then now suddenly don't want to touch Luna anymore, like a lot of the arguments that are bullish for Luna, again, we want to be a little bit cautious about this, is that it was kind of a thriving space. There were a lot of people building on it. There were a lot of developers coming onto the chain and building on it, right? And this was happening regardless as to whether UST was part of it or not. And so with Luna 2.0 being not even attached to a stable coin, technically there is a good case for this because it's not like it's starting from scratch, right? There's already all these existing developers. So is there actually a good enough reason to be bullish on it?
To me, no lah. I think once the Terra Luna was actually created for this the thesis of the stable coin.
Yeah.
That is what pumped the price. And once everything went down, it just didn't play out as what we expected it to lah. And then like I know that there are a lot of developers. Actually, the apps that I use on Luna Terra, right, is very, very intuitive. It's very user friendly. And to see them like being affected by this entire crash, right, really, really like breaks my heart lah. But then I see some of them moving over to like other chains like Cosmos, and then but some of them are actually gonna get integrated into Terra 2.0. So
Okay, yeah, but I think for the developers, right, they're really good, but at the same time, you don't really know how many of them stayed in Terra, how many of them left. And similarly for like the influencers of Twitter also, from my own personal experience, like a few of the Luna influencers, right, which I follow, they've gone quiet. So really don't know lah whether it's a bullish case for Luna 2.0 or not. There's really too little information on that lah, I feel.
Yeah, so let's move on from Luna because it's very depressing.
yeah.
Okay, besides Luna, the bear market is all around us, right?
Yeah.
It's happening across crypto. It's happening in the stock markets as well. What are you guys doing?
I don't think this bear market will end anytime soon.
Agreed.
It's actually quite scary. I've never seen the fear greed index so low. It was what? I think it's a single digit. Did it hit a
Really?
single digit?
I don't know. I never keep track one.
Yeah, but it's really scary. Like I don't use that as a gauge, but like a lot of like bearish news. Everybody is shorting.
And also like I think in a lot of communities, like they've just gone quiet lah.
Yeah.
I think even in our own community, like the action, right, the amount of like conversations happening, like really just decreased lah. Everyone's just not doing anything, I guess. Like even for myself, I'm just holding lor.
Yeah.
And sometimes shorting lah.
I mean,
But-
I think it's not a bad thing, right? I think a lot of people, to certain degrees, were burned by the crashes, whether it's Luna or whether it's crypto in general. And I think the advice that, I mean, even Jacky mentioned in a previous episode, but also a lot of other like Twitter influencers are saying, just if you need to take some time off, just take some time off. There's really
Right.
no harm about it. And so I guess in some ways, the lack of activity actually is quite healthy, I would say.
Yeah.
It's just that I hope everyone comes back eventually lah. I mean, there are a lot of macro factors, right?
Correct.
Like we recently did like a Twitter Spaces with several experts in and we just wanted to kind of have a post-mortem after the whole like Luna crash. And I think it was a consensus that at the end of the day, the crypto crash that we're seeing today is not caused by Luna. right? It's caused
Yeah.
by macroeconomic
Correct.
factors. We've talked
Correct.
about this before. Interest rates are going up. Inflation is a problem. There's a war that's still happening. Malaysia has run out of chickens and fish also. Like there are all these different problems that are causing people to want to hold on to cash.
Yep.
Yeah.
And also not trade on leverage, which means that trading on speculative markets are just going to go down.
Correct.
And I think in terms of like a time horizon, most of them agree that it's not going to change in like the next 6 to 12 months.
Correct. Yeah. I mean, some people which I've talked to also, they mention like maybe even a few years. So like I think even for companies which want to fundraise, especially for those crypto ones, right? They're all trying to do it now because when the bear market comes, valuations will go even lower. Then you just need to raise as much money as you can now lah to survive this bear market, which some people say is expected to last a few years. So stay safe, everyone.
But I feel that this bear market, every bear market is the best place. I think Darius from the QCP, he said this in the spaces, like the best investments that they have made is during the bear market. They invested into teams that actually built during this time. You know, because everything is like doom and gloom. But the teams that are actually like building right now during the bear market are the teams that actually deliver. You know.
Yeah, okay. I think similarly for normies like us, right? We have to take point of one quote which I've seen everywhere lah. So, what it says is, bull markets make you rich, but bear markets make you wealthy. So I think during this bear market, we just keep on building lah and just learning and looking for projects which are worth investing in, so we can all be wealthy.
And with that, thank you so much for watching this episode of the Debrief podcast. If you're not yet subscribed, subscribe. And if you like the video, like the video. Also, comment down below on what you're thinking about with the markets like this. We'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.
Give us some degen stories.